Condor models are currently some of the most popular models in the Scale 500 community, but is it just down to the novelty of the livery, or do they actually offer something more for collectors? Well, we will find out thanks to the great prices of the FMB shop. You can find a link to them in the video description below. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Airbus A321-200 of Condor. At the front of the box we have a cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of the box we have the Condor branding. The backside of the box then offers us yet another cutout. I have said many things about this box design, but nothing positive, and that won't be changing anytime soon. So let's just skip ahead and take a look at the model itself. And here she is, the Airbus A321-200 in the red standard livery of Condor. They of course currently have many standard liveries, basically following the same design but with different colors. We've had so far from the A321, one in yellow, one in blue. Of course there are also A330-900 Neos already on the market in various colors. But today we will focus on this latest edition of the Condor fleet, which is the A321 in the red livery. And we do so because these models seem to be very popular with collectors, so we want to find out if they actually offer more than just the novelty of the livery. So let's find out by taking a closer look at the tail section, where we on the vertical stabilizer have the Condor branding, including also the little note here when the airline was founded. On the fuselage, we then find the full registration code of the aircraft and the German flag. But we don't have any other major details here. A tiny little bit of detailing in the cabin door, but I mean, that is really the most basic detailing you can find. Towards the very tail of the aircraft, we do have the detailing around the APU exhaust. And if we then move to the front of the aircraft, we can see across the fuselage, we have the writing of Condor. And again, next to the front cabin door, the Condor branding with the little note of the founding year. We do have a few static ports, but again, really just the most basic of detailing around this part of the aircraft. Another static port can also be found around the cockpit section itself, so why not also take a quick look at that. Here, apart from the static port, we do find, well, the cockpit windows with the window wipers, and then again, that is all the detailing you will find there. From the cockpit section itself, we can then move on to the engine nacelles. They have been kept in all white, as well, I guess half of the fuselage, but we do have the silver leading edge and some safety markings printed on, and of course we do also once more find the Condor branding. The physical detailing, I think, is a little bit more convincing when it comes to the engines, because I think they actually look really rather nice, especially here from the front. Very, very nice. You can see the engine fan blades. Now, from the engines, we can move on to the wings, which we should also take a closer look at, starting off with the top side, where we have the different flaps, slats, and spoilers carved out really rather nicely. We have the different shades of gray for additional detailing. But again, also here, there could have been a few more markings across the wing. The underside of the wing has more nice physical detailing, but also here no other printed details to be found. Those can, however, be found on the winglets, which this A321 has been equipped with the Condor branding, and on the inner side we also have the red and white stripes. Now, with Herpa models, and especially with the A320 family, you do need to check up on every single aircraft how the winglets have been bent, if they are correct or not. In this case, I think Herpa has done a decent job with it, but it is something they are very inconsistent with, so you need to check this yourself every single time. How about the landing gear? Well, that is of course a standard landing gear that we see on all Airbus A320 family aircraft models from Herpa Wings. Overall, not too bad when it comes to the main landing gear. The front landing gear, of course, is massively oversized and is missing printed details. On the belly of the aircraft, we then have a hole in the fuselage for a stand that is not included with this aircraft model. Now, as there aren't really any major details here on the belly of the aircraft, it doesn't really destroy any prints, but still I'm not a fan of it. And then, last but certainly not least, we do have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here at the back of the aircraft and also here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A321 in the red standard livery of Condor from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Am I the only one that kind of has this feeling that we rushed through this review? But I can promise you I showed you any detail that there was to show, so that could be an indicator that the model just doesn't have that much to offer apart from the livery. And as I asked in the beginning of the video, do these Condor models have their popularity because of the novelty of the livery, or do they actually offer something more to collectors? And I think we kind of answered it here, that it must just be the novelty of the livery creating this craze for these models. Because the model itself, I mean, yes, it's not bad, but it is really the most basic and standard Herpa model you can get. That doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. I mean, not every model needs to, push for new boundaries. But when you look at the Herpa retail price, I don't think it is justified when you look at what you're getting. So my recommendation here is quite clear. If you can get this model at a hefty discount from a retailer, then sure, it can be a nice aircraft model for one's collection. If you have to pay the full asking price of Herpa Wings, I would most definitely skip this model. And with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like, and if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? With that, thanks so much for watching, hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.